Well, hello everyone, it's me Chanel here, and today I have some thrift store finds, or rather as I like to call them, pre-loved. I'm going to bring you along as I do a little thrifting inside of the store, so enjoy this footage and we'll kind of talk through it, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you everything that I have purchased and some of the reason why I purchased some of these things, as well as them being pretty and functional. So let's get right into the video. These are some of the areas that I like to shop when I go into the thrift stores or the pre-loved store. I do like to always go and visit the vases, the glassware, and this particular store, they like to group everything mostly by color. I really like this pair of little bud vases, and I could use these somewhere or for someone. And then this vase here just appeared to be somewhat of a marshmallow. I didn't like it at all. And I did pick up the two small bud vases. You can never miss with a basket, of course, in the thrift stores, pre-loved shops. They have many different colors and sizes, and especially now during the spring season, and along with some of the people still like to give out Easter baskets, and this is a very reasonable way of doing this. I like these two ducks here. You can modernize them and paint them a solid color in gold, or outfit them in some chrome, maybe do a little detailing on them as well. Pottery, of course, it's springtime. And then they had this cute little terrain here that you could pick up, and you could put some fruit in it, vegetables or whatever, or just place it on top of your hutch in your kitchen or your dining area. And look at it, and as you can see, it has a lid, and it was very heavy at $3. Then there's always furniture, which of course I really like to buy furniture for myself as well as for others. This is a excellent set here, but it was already sold because you could strip it down, because as you can see, and I looked it over, it was made of complete wood. This also was a cute little set here in this remake of a mid-century modern style, very mod. Not my style at all, but it is very cute. It would look really great painted in maybe a black, and just sand it down and keep some of the natural wood on the edges. Of course, again, I love to pick up glass pieces, especially something small and dainty like this, because you can put you some, or place you some really pretty springy florals in them, fresh or faux. Nice, but they were only a set of 3. You can use them as some finger bowls if you are doing a very formal setting on your dining room table, to clean your fingers while you are eating. And of course, more glassware. Candle holders are always a must for me, because I really do like having candles around the house, varying sizes and varying colors, shapes, etc. And as you can see, they were only $1. Glassware, definitely always go and check the glassware. You can find you some exceptional pieces again, and I really like these. They were short. You can use them for everyday use, not only just for a place setting on your table. Moving along, you can see all of the glassware, and they have many different sizes, shapes, as well as colors if you like the colored glasses. This is an area that you definitely want to always check, especially if you are a reseller going and checking the plate and dinnerware section, because you can find some exceptional pieces that is well made, and also that has very good value, as you'll see coming up later in the video. So stay tuned in for the entire video. Going to take you into the consignment store, and we will talk further about what consignment stores are for those of you out there who don't know what a consignment store is and how they work. So let's get right into the video. Stay tuned in for the entire thing because there's lots of information to be taken away. While out thrifting was this gorgeous vase. One reason being, of course, knowing Chanel, it is gold. And I like the texture that it has. The mouth of it is not very wide, as you can see here, because it, to me, is more of a standalone piece rather than me doing, as you know I like to do, faux florals coming out of it. I think it would look beautiful with some tulips maybe, and as they do, especially the real ones, fresh out of nature, the ones, and they kind of, when they start to wilt, they just fall gracefully over to the side, and I really like that look. So I think that would be very beautiful, just blooming out of the vase. Here it is very, very large as I have it up against me. I am not a little at all. I am 5'3". That's on a good day. Felt on the bottom of it so that when I do have it in any place in the house, especially along the tables, that you could just slide it across the table. You won't have to worry about it scratching because it is a metal vase, as you can see here. It would look exceptionally well even placed right here on top of the table. Some of the items that I'm going to show you on today, I'm not going to style them. I'm just going to show you exactly what I picked up, and then in another video come back and show you exactly how I styled them. So let's get to the next item that I did pick up. Were these gorgeous blue and white saucers. I have been using a lot of blue and white, or blue period, and blue is actually my mom's favorite color. I have tried it a few years over time, but I'm not always shopping again for myself. Sometimes I'm shopping for other people who don't mind me buying pre-loved for them because they know that I'm going to find them some exceptional pieces. Like for instance, these saucers. I did pick them up for myself, but my sister is a blue and white lover, and quick story, she had so much blue and white over the years. I mean, it was a lot of blue and white, and she got rid of a lot of it. She did keep some pieces. She doesn't buy as much as she used to, but I think she still really has a love for it. There were only 4 in the thrift store, rather the pre-loved store. I looked on the back of them, and I did notice the maker of the saucers, Churchill, England, who makes these saucers. Look at a lot of these items. I don't just go in looking for items that are of value, but of course, still, yes, of value, because you can find so many beautiful collectible items that are of value in the thrift store. I want to say pre-loved. In the pre-loved store, because I said so much, because it's pre-loved. And you can find so many valuable items that are in there. That is not particularly my thing. I love the thrill of the hunt, of finding these items that not only myself can use, but other people can use in their home, and you didn't have to pay top dollar for the items. I found these saucers, and I looked them up. They are still worth $5, $6, $7 a saucer. I went back again to the same thrift store, and they actually had put out the other 3. So I'm still missing 1, which is okay as long as I have 6, because my table normally does seat 6 around the table, and so just having an extra one just in case if one gets broke is okay with me, but hopefully that won't happen. I found these for $2. They were still labeled, which they are now. We're going to take them over and wash them up. $2 a plate, but it was half off day, and so of the red tag, and so I got them for $1 each. That comes up to, if you get the lowest value that is circulating still on like eBay, the online auction sites, 7 plates, they are still at the lowest rate, which is $5. That is still $35 for a set. Now the next set of items that I picked up was this set of saucers. And as you can see, they are still wrapped in the tape that they came in when I picked them up at the Preloved store, the thrift store. Times in this particular thrift store, they have items that are in there, and after they're in there for a certain amount of time, just like at consignment stores, and I want to show you something that I picked up at the consignment store as well. Preloved store, they usually have these items and they mark them down every month or so as they are sitting on the shelf, and I eventually got them for only $12. I am showing you here online. They are from the brand Nortake Legacy, and they are numbered $36.99, and they are still retailing online from different auctioneers and sellers for up to $13-14 a plate. As you can see, very classic in design. They can go with very modern styles in the blue that is gilded with the gold, 14 karat gold as a matter of fact. Set of dinner plates, and as you can see, they're in the very dark blue again, gold that is gilded going around them. These were only $6.96. When I flipped it over, once again, they by Romanov, I guess I'm pronouncing that or correct, Romanov Chinaware. They are still selling online resale for $25 and $30 a plate. Depends on which seller or site that you go to. See, they are exceptionally well made, excellent pieces of china. There's no damage on them. There's no chips on either of the plates. I have a collection of 5 in case if I want another one. I can always go online and get the fact of what I paid for it for just one plate. So as some people in the past have this stigma attached to it that it's dirty, it's smelly, and it's just a lot of ugly things in the thrift stores and pre-loved stores and consignment stores because it was someone else's. A lot of times, I have said this before in many videos, past and present, there are items in the thrift store that are brand new. And consigning, you can give your items to the consignment store, and what they do is sell it at a certain value amount. After so many days, the value goes down, and then again after so many days or a couple of months, the value goes down again, and then it hits that peak price, and that's the price that it stays at. And they can either call up the individual who brought them to them, you could take the item back and not sell it at all, or let them sell it at that low cost rate, which also the consignment store does make a fee off of whatever that they sell for you. In the consignment stores, they're normally just packaged up really well. You know, it's all in these little pretty vignettes along with pretty couches, maybe in tables, lamps, etc., as I'm going to show you in a clip here of my trip to the consignment store, which gives me a value. If I want to sell them online, I could at $25 at the lowest amount, $25 a plate, and that gives me a value of actually $125, and just subtract $7 from it. Plates, dinner plates, and they are of value. When I looked them up online, they are vintage cobalt blue depression glass salt and pepper shakers. I just thought they were excellently beautiful. I knew that they had a little value on them because of the glass. We don't find this in the modern styles and things like that in the stores and retailers right now. So I knew that they had to have some type of value on them. And again, I just absolutely like the color. When I look these two up online, they are still retailing for online in the vintage shops, eBays, and antique sellers, different things like that. They are still going for at least, at the lowest, $30 for the pair. I paid $1.96 for each one of them. I wanted to make some extra cash on the side. I could always sell them. Tell everyone, don't sleep on the thrift. There is side money that you can make if you like to buy. And I just like them because they were pretty. Items that I picked up were these blue votive holders. I just thought they were very pretty. Again, they are in the beautiful blue color. Nice size for some votive candles to be placed in it on your credenzas, your dining room tables, even your coffee. There were a set of 4, and when I'm feeling the blues, not the sad blues, I could always pick them up and pop them around and look at the blue and just have some reminiscing moments of mom with my blue. Another set of glasses that I did pick up as well. Again, I really like the etching that is going around them, the shape, and I really like on these particular ones the height that they are. They're just little, and I thought that they were very dainty, prissy, and pretty. There were 6 of those that I picked up, and we're going to give those a good washing. And the ladies at the thrift store, really, they know me, and they like to wrap up my things. I travel to so many thrift stores. They really know me. And yeah, so I'm always looking for certain items. In there, they have this other set, which goes exceptionally well with this set. I'm going to wash them up again because, again, I like the detail that is going around these again as well, because you can drink your glass of tea, use some water, orange juice in the morning. And again, they have this beautiful etching detail that is going around them. They are short in size, little rather like me. These glasses was only 50 cents a piece. So you can do, if you're thinking about yourself, I would love to create something like that in my home. Whether you have a particular dining area, you are an apartment dweller, you can still appreciate something like a lovely tablescape. Pretty things to place on your table at a reasonable cost. You don't have to go out and spend astronomical amounts of money purchasing items like this, which you can. And if you feel like you have that money to do that, you can go ahead. But in my opinion, why am I going to go out and spend $5 to $10 or even $20 for a crystal glass when I can go to the thrift store and get it for 50 cents a glass? And be able to set me a pretty setup in my table, if not just for me, pleasing to my eye and what I would like to see, but also these items are very functional in your everyday living for you and your family to enjoy. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to use the word bougie, you can go ahead and use the word bougie. But honey, let them think you're bougie all day long while enjoying yourself in a pretty manner. Excellent item that I found while out at the consignment store. And I talked a few minutes ago about consignment stores, and I really like because you can find some really nice items in there, exceptionally well made at a great price. I found this set of birds. As you can see here, they are very tall on their stem. I don't know who the maker is. I don't see a maker of the particular items on the statuesque birds. Really like the birds. I like the height of them, and again, as always, they are wrapped in gold. Again, it is a peacock, which is a very beautiful bird. But they are an excellent statuesque item to just have in your home for some decor accessories. Functionality is not playing a part. Pretty, where pretty is playing the main role here. I don't know where else you can find them. I've seen something similar to this in the past, I believe, at Home Goods. But you can probably take a screenshot of it and pop it right in the Google search and see if you can find an item such as this. Again, I just like everything about them, and so I brought them home. Lastly, and definitely not least, is this Thrifted Bowl. In the previous video, what I did was I made a flower arrangement in here, and I popped a clip of that in the video. But I took the bowl, it's very heavy, and I decided I didn't want to see all of the bowl So I just wrapped it with some tape and gave it a coat of spray paint. I didn't want to get spray paint on the interior of it in case if I do make another floral arrangement that is fresh inside of it. I don't want the paint to interfere with the fresh florals in this half situation that I have going on here. Added this little pedestal and just added that right on top of it. Use this as a standalone piece right there on your dining room table. Come back for another video, a couple of videos, then I will show you again how I styled some of these objects, which I've already shown some of them in previous videos. I just hadn't had time to actually sit and film all of the items for a actual, what we call a haul, and bring you all of the items in the haul. But I will do a complete video and do a styling of the plates and the different items, and I may add even more in the haul. To remember, I don't bring you along on all of these items and things that I am purchasing just for my consumption. But what I'm doing and what I am trying to do here with all of the items that are pre-loved and things that I do show you on the video, you can have a absolutely beautiful, pretty, comfortable, gorgeous, if you want to say high-end things, on a budget in your home without having to go out and spending astronomical amounts of money. You can get a lot of these items that are, if you like trending items, you can find them in your local pre-loved shops, thrift stores, flea markets, consignment stores, however you want to call it. Chanel calls it pre-loved. You can find a lot of these items to use in your home, and sometimes, again, these items are brand new that are in the stores, the pre-loved shops. And what I do is like to bring you along to show you how you can take some of these items, and sometimes just taking these items without even painting them or redoing them, rejudging them, which is okay too, because I do the same thing with some of them. I do paint them as well or redo them in some sort of shape or form. But what I like to do is show you how you can use them in their natural form, or rather exactly how you buy them, and style them in your home and show you that they're not just cheap, poorly made items that are in the pre-loved shops. They just need a little more love and attention brought to them. That's why I bring you along, show you how you can find these items at a most reasonable cost and use them inside of your homes and make your home beautiful as well. You like to say in the comment section that your home is beautiful, you have a lovely home, etc., etc. But again, it's not just for me. I do these videos and these things to show you again how you can do some of these same things and have the same looks going on for pennies on the dollar, rather than going out and spending $69 on a vase like this, $69, $79. You go out and you spend, which is what I found the vase for, $9. When I looked it up online, it was retailing for $59 for this exact vase. So again, don't sleep on the thrift. Keep your eye out for bargains, beautiful things, pretty prissy things that you could use in your home as well. This has been Chanel, and as always, stay inspired, motivated, and moving, creating something beautiful, if not for yourself, then for someone else. And oh, quick note, don't sleep on the thrift. And I'll see you all for the next one. Bye for now.